Welcome, Elizabeth.
I'm happy to be here.
I am so glad to have you here. And Elizabeth is going to be one of 32 authors that is at the Spring Book Bash in downtown Greer, South Carolina, at the Randall House. We've got 8 states represented, over 50 genres, and somewhere around 140 book titles.
Wow.
Yes, lots going on. I'm so excited about it. Share with
Me too.
us about your books. What books are you bringing with you?
Well, I have four full length novels I'm bringing. Uh, one is it's kind of an alternative history romance called View from the Sixth Floor. And that's about the Kennedy assassination, but in the future. Uh, that's this one. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see it. There you go. And
Nice.
yeah, then I have Riddle. Riddle. Oh, oh,
Mm-hmm.
there
Mm-hmm.
we go. Okay.
Ah.
That's a romantic suspense.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a Native American young man accused of murder and his girlfriend. I like that one a lot. This is my spicy book. This is
Ooh.
called Carved Wooden Heart. And
Okay.
it's very romantic. It's about a young woman as she develops and grows and different men that she meets in relationships and her first love, and there's a whole bunch in there. It's very spicy, not for little kids. And this is Stolen Gypsy. Now, I did a lot of research on this.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, there we go.
Awesome.
It's about the, yeah, that one's fun. It's about witness protection, drug cartels, the
Ooh.
ROM people. I even have there are some ROM references to things they do and the way they practice. It's real. I like that one a lot.
Hmm. It's always fun when you love your own work, though.
Oh God, yes. And I do have some smaller books. I call them bite-sized reads,
Oh.
and they're mostly crime noir and a couple of horror. I
Oh.
have a lot of things that I write. Then I have an alter ego called Starla Heartless, and those are cougar romances.
Ooh.
You'll like that.
Ooh. So much fun. So much fun. What got you started writing the mystery, the romance, the thriller, the spiciness, all the different genres? What got you started writing those?
Well, I read the same way. I like to read different things, different genres, and I would read something and I think I could write that, and so I do my own take on it. I wanted to be a writer. I remember being in the fifth grade, and the class had to say what they wanted to be when they grew up. I said I want to be an author, and I was the only one in my class who said that. So everybody thought, "Oh wow."
So, aside from writing, then, do you have a 9 to 5 job?
Not anymore. I am retired. Um,
Okay.
I actually started my first book as I was retiring, and I had an hour and a half drive every day to work, and a
Oof.
lot of it I wrote in my head, and then I'd get home and I'd put it on, well, not paper, but a computer.
Mhm.
But yeah, it kind of started me off, and I'm like, oh yeah.
So, did your 9 to 5 job have anything to do with writing or what you write?
No, I was a social worker.
Oh no. Well, that could lend itself for some very interesting writing.
It helps with writing about crime. I'll say that.
I was gonna say, hmm,
Hmm.
former people appeared in your book.
Well, I listen to what women say and what they like. And I think with View from the Sixth Floor, the couple in that book are older. They're like in
Mm,
their 60s, 70s,
okay.
and it's romance, but I don't think there's a lot of that out there.
No.
So that became my focus.
Mhm. That's that's interesting because you've got a definite different take on romance then because so many people focus on the younger, the 20 somethings, the 30 somethings. And I love having when you get into romance where it's not your 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, there's romance after 30.
Oh, I got married for the second time when I was 50. So
Mhm.
I had some reference point.
I love it. I love it. Um, so when you write, are you a plotter that has the nice little outline and all the things, or are you a pantser and it just whatever comes in the brain goes on the paper and you filter later?
That's a tough one. I'd have to say 50-50.
Okay.
I have a pretty good idea where I'm going. But then, especially because I do a lot of research, I'll think that's got to go in there.
Okay. So
So it's 50.
where do you get all your research from? Do you have like any particular place that you do a lot of researching from?
It depends on what the subject is. With
Ah.
the gypsy book, of course, I just looked everything to do with gypsy. But
Mhm.
actually, you shouldn't call them gypsies. It's the wrong people.
Mhm.
But I took a little bit there. But
Yeah.
mm, and with the Kennedy book, because now I was alive, I remember the Kennedy assassination, so that was kind of easy to draw on,
Mhm.
remembering what my responses were, what the people
Mm.
around. So that was pretty good. I actually took a trip to Dallas, Texas, went to the sixth floor depository. Yeah, oh, I
Nice.
researched.
Ooh.
It was great. It was great.
There
And
have
it
been
confirmed a lot of things I thought and suspected.
so many documentaries done on that, and you just kind of wonder um, what all different takes you can put in different spins you could put on one thing that was whether it's this or anything else that's happened in history, and put that a totally different spin that nobody sees coming.
Mhm. I like to think this book is like that. It's got a big surprise, and I like it because it's romantic, but it's historical,
Mhm.
and it was fun. It was fun to write. A little painful.
Ah. And say that it's always interesting though, when going through that. So you did all of the you did a whole bunch of research on both of those. What
Mhm.
about Riddle? What tell us more about that one.
Well, because the guy in question uh, is Native American, he's indigenous, and it's in the States, it's in the United States. I kind of looked into, he was adopted by a white family. So I
Mhm.
kind of looked into what that's like in a small town.
Mm.
Uh, there are many, I live in the South, so there are a lot of Cherokee. I'm part Cherokee. Not
Mhm.
enough to count, but I swear everybody here is part Cherokee. But anyway, So I kind of looked into that and what that would be like
Mhm.
for to be the only Indigenous guy then accused of murdering a white girl, and
Mm.
how the town responds to that. You know, some people think he's guilty, some people say not. And then this girl from out of town who's got her own issues comes into town, and it progresses from there. But murders start happening again. So, is it him?
Interesting.
Mhm.
And so then you've got your other pen name, and you said you've got that is Cougar Romance. So tell
Yeah.
us more about that.
Well, it's older women and younger men, and uh, the men are really the instigators of the relationship. Although I'm working on one now where it's a little different. And there's not a huge age difference. You know, it's not like a 50-year-old and an 18-year-old or anything like that. That's a little beyond me. I can't go there. And I'm sure it happens. It just isn't my
Yeah.
thing. Well, my husband is 6 years younger than me, which is nothing really, especially when you get to me our age. I mean, we're old. But that just occurred to me too. There are older women who are attracted to younger guys. And
Mhm.
there are younger guys who like older women. So hey, go with it. And
Hey.
they are spicy.
I love it. So what can we expect next? What do you have planned for any future books coming out?
I have a book that will be coming out called Candy's Heart, and it's a cougar romance. Um, it's a little bit different because I do like her crime and
Mhm.
murder and everything. So I've actually incorporated some of that into this, and it's a little bit different, and it's fun. I have fun with it.
That's the most important thing is to have fun with it and make sure that it's eh, I can't imagine writing anything at this point that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
You know, school days are over. Required writing is done.
Oh yes, please.
You know, the required topic, you get to write about X. But I don't want to
Hmm.
write about X. I want to write about this other thing.
Hmm. I know in college that was a challenge. Well, we want you to write about this. I don't know anything about it.
Awesome. So I think it's great that you have channeled your original goal of being an author from way back when
Mhm.
to now your retirement and you're having fun writing. That is
Mhm.
that is just to me spectacular. And
Oh, it is to me too. It's. I was writing stories when I was in fifth grade. My classmates would say, "Oh, write me a story about me," and
oh.
I would do it. I'd come up with these crazy things. Oh, another book I've just started working on is actually a werewolf story
Ooh.
with an older couple. So it's
Nice.
again, all the werewolf stories I've seen have been young.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm like, no, let's take it somewhere else.
Exactly. I like that. I cannot wait to meet you in person. You're going to be joining us in South Carolina from Tennessee, so not too far of a drive. A little bit,
No, not at all.
but not too far. Um, and I so look forward to meeting you in person. And we're going to be wonderful, fun-filled day.
I'm Very excited. Very excited.
Well, thank you for taking this time out to do an interview, and I will see you at the end of April.
And I'll be there with bells on. Maybe for real.
To go with the gypsy.
Exactly. Got to ring that bell.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.